The field is bare, the dust hangs low, the blood-soaked earth no longer glows. The flags are torn, the wind stands still, the echoes fade yet haunt me still. When the marching drums fall silent and the bugles cry no more, only sorrow walks beside me through this dark and hollow war. The shadows creep where brothers lay, no prayers to bring the light of day. The smoke is gone, but scars remain, a battlefield of endless pain. When the marching drums fall silent and the bugles cry no more, only sorrow walks beside me through this dark and hollow war. The stars don't shine like they did before. The river runs red to the distant shore. I scream at the moon, but it don't reply. Just me and this sorrow 'neath the blackened sky. The boots are gone, the rifles rust, the dreams we had all turned to dust. The songs we sang now bitter ash, our futures lost in a violent flash. The sun went down on a bitter land, a brother's knife in a trembling hand. The bond we shared, now torn apart, left a hole in my chest and a shattered heart. I saw the rage burning in his eyes, a fire so fierce it could touch the skies. His voice was cold, his words like stone. How does one die at the hands of their own? Oh, betrayed by blood, oh, cursed by kin, a fight for love I could never win. The earth's red stain tells a tale so grim, the shadow of death now hangs over him. A cabin stood in the forest still, where laughter echoed and time stood still. But hate took root, where trust once grew, and the winds of betrayal cruelly blew. I scream his name in the dead of night, but silence answers, no wrongs made right. The ghost of love haunt this hollow ground, where brotherhood broke and sorrow was found. The dirt's grown cold, the leaves now fade, memories etched like a razor blade. I'll carry this pain till my final breath, a bond destroyed by a kin-made death. Endless white crosses, row after row, a field of silence where the cold winds blow. Each name a story carved into stone. Beneath the earth they lie alone. The boots in the mud, the blood on the sand, echoes of rifles and trembling hands. The war never ended for those who came back. They carry the weight of that solemn black track. Crosses, ghosts in the night, shadows that whisper of wrongs and right. A field full of heroes, their stories untold. A burden so heavy it swallows the soul. Mothers who weep, their tears never dry. Fathers who choke on a long bitter sigh. Brothers and sisters left holding the pain, while white crosses stand in the cold and driving rain. Loudly I cry to the heavens above. What price is this freedom? What cost is this love? The echoes come back, hollow and bare, just the sound of the wind through the cold empty that pierces my heart. The field is so quiet, yet screams fill my head. The weight of their absence, the words left unsaid. Blood red coffins line the field, a story left untold. The soil drinks the sorrow, the young and brave turn cold. A mother's tears stain the earth, or a boy won't come back home. The echoes of the cannon sing where the silence roams. Blood red coffins, a soldier's lullaby, covered in the shadows of the ones who had to die. The truth is buried deeper than the graves we see. War's harsh reality, it ain't meant to set us free. The generals sip their whiskey, maps spread on the floor, while boys with trembling hands march off to settle scores. The moon hangs heavy, watching blood spill in the night, and the stars turn their faces from the horror of the fight. Blood red coffins, a soldier's lullaby, covered in the shadows of the ones who had to die. The truth is buried deeper than the graves we see. War's harsh reality, it ain't meant to set us free. The preacher says they're heroes, their sacrifice divine, but their screams still haunt the trenches, caught in the barbed wire line. Their medals shine in silence, their stories left unsaid. For every flag that's flying, there's a name carved for the dead. A child walks the battlefield, her eyes wide with fear. She sees the broken rifles and the helmets scattered near. Her tiny hands are trembling as she kneels down to pray. In a world of blood-red coffins, how do we find our way? Beneath the pines, the shadows lay low, where the whispers of the lost still softly go. No trumpet calls, no bright parade, just the rustle of leaves where the memories fade. Falling past quietly, no banners wave, no song to mark the path they gave. In the silence their stories reside, echoes of lives that time couldn't hide. A hollowed stone, a name carved deep. The forest holds the secrets it keeps. Boots that once marched, now still in the ground. Their battle cries gone, not a trace of sound. The fallen pass quietly, no banners wave, no song to mark the path they gave. In the silence their stories reside, echoes of lives that time couldn't hide. And I shout their names to the empty sky, but the wind carries no reply. Just the weight of loss, a heavy chain, a storm inside a relentless rain. A flicker of flame in a lantern's glow, guiding me through where the wild things grow. I see their faces in the darkened trees, and hear their laughter in the midnight breeze. There's a fog rolling heavy, it don't clear the air. Boots in the dirt, there's a chill everywhere. The colors we carry, they all look the same. Flesh, flags, and blood, just a part of the game. The faces are shadows, lost in the fray. You can't tell a brother from the ones you betray. The cries of the fallen, they echo the night. Flesh, flags, and blood in the dim firelight. And who are we fighting, and who do we mourn? The lines that we drew, now tattered and torn. The screams of the earth, the heavens above. Flesh, flags, and blood, indistinguishable love. The red of the soil stains every hand. We march for a purpose we don't understand. The banners they wave, but they all start to blur. Flesh, flags, and blood is all that occurs. I shout to the heavens, will it ever end? But the answer is silence, no foe and no friend. The wind carries whispers, but they don't make it clear. Flesh, flags, and blood, all lost to the fear. And who are we fighting, and who do we mourn? The lines that we drew, now tattered and torn. The screams of the earth, the heavens above. Flesh, flags, and blood, indistinguishable love. The field was quiet, the battle done. Smoke and ash eclipsed the sun. The flag still waved, but hearts lay torn. Victory's weight thorns. The soil drank deep of blood and rain. The echo screamed of endless pain. I stood alone, my brother's gone. The cost too high for what we want. What's the price of glory? Tell me true. When the sky's gone black and there's nothing new. The songs of triumph don't ease the ache. Victory's a shadow you can't escape. A mother's tears, a widow's cry, the whispers haunt beneath the sky. Each step I take, their faces glare. The ghosts of war, they're always there. Shout to the heavens, beg for peace, but silence answers, it never speaks. The medals tarnish, the banners fade, and in my chest a debt unpaid. What's the price of glory? Tell me true. When the sky's gone black and there's nothing new. The songs of triumph don't ease the ache. Victory's a shadow you can't escape. The ground shakes, the sky's on fire. Echoes of war, a haunting choir. Mud and blood beneath my feet. The past and prison cruelly meet. The air's thick with iron sting. The devil laughs, his bullets sing. A hollow howl cuts through the night. Memories burn in the dim twilight. Artillery storms tearing through the sky, ripping through soil where the lost souls lie. Each thunderous roar, tale untold, a life forgotten, a heart turned cold. The faces fade, but the sky
waves float downstream, where the river bends so wide, through the pines and briars, where the ghosts of men still hide. Each ripple tells a tale of blood spilled in the fight. The current carries whispers through the silence of the night. Oh, the river knows the truth. It holds the cries and screams. The weight of war's dark memories flows in its endless streams. It bears the heavy burden of what men cannot say, and washes down the sorrow till it fades into the grave. Rusty dog tags glint beneath the water's muted glare. Letters lost and torn, a lover's grief left hanging there. The trees stand like mourners, the roots drink up the pain, as the river swallows secrets that no soul can explain. Oh, the river knows the truth. It holds the cries and screams. The weight of war's dark memories flows in its endless stream. It bears the heavy burden of what men cannot say, and washes down the sorrow till it fades into the grave. Sometimes it roars, sometimes it moans, a voice too raw to tame. It echoes back the horrors, the faces without names. The waters churn and boil like anger held too long, and then fall still as if to mourn. The silence feels so wrong. The banks are lined with shadows, a testament to cost. Each soul a piece of history, each life a line that's crossed. The river keeps on flowing through the years and through the pain, carrying war's dark memories like a never-ending chain.
Boots are clean, but the dirt's in my soul. Carried back the weight of what I can't control. The war, it ended, but the echoes don't fade. Not all the damage stayed where the battles were played. Not all the damage stayed on the battlefield. Some scars don't heal, some truths won't yield. A heart can't armor up, no shield can mend. Not all the damage stays where the fighting ends. She looks at me like I'm a ghost in her bed. The man she married's gone, replaced instead. I flinch at shadows, I tremble at night. The war's still raging when I close my eyes tight. Not all the damage stayed on the battlefield. Some scars don't heal, some truths won't yield. A heart can't armor up, no shield can mend. Not all the damage stays where the fighting ends. The kids don't understand silence the screams. The faces of brothers haunt all of my dreams. They say I'm a hero, but it don't feel the same when the man in the mirror don't know his own name.
Ashes dance in the moonlight's glow, a uniform scorch where the wild winds blow, stitched with stories now blackened and torn, left in the wreckage, memories worn. A badge once shining now melted away, charred like the words I can never say. The fire took more than the fabric and thread, it swallowed the voices of the living and dead. Burned and left behind, forgotten in the dust. The smoke tells a tale of betrayal and trust. In the embers I see faces I can't erase, shouting their truths from a shadowed place. Fading on a blood-soaked ground, a silence louder than any battle sound. The wreckage whispers secrets untold of dreams that shattered and hearts turned cold. Raise your voice, scream it loud and clear for the ghosts that linger, for the pain and fear. The flames may have taken the threads that bind, but the stories live on in the wreckage behind. Burned and left behind, forgotten in the dust. The smoke tells the tale of betrayal and trust. In the embers I see faces I can't erase, shouting their truths from a shadow place. The dawn broke red on a field of despair, boots in the mud and the cold biting air. The preacher said faith would guide us through, but faith ain't much when the devil walks too. Smoke rose high, curtain of gray, hiding the sun, stealing the day. I clutched a cross that hung from my chest, but God felt silent as the bullets did their best. Oh, faith shattered, torn and frayed in the blood and the mud where the innocent lay. Each shout and cry, another thread undone in the war-torn silence where faith comes undone. The faces I
trenches deep. The hymns we sang now choke on ash. Hope burned away in the cannon's flash. I scream to the heavens, I curse the ground. Echoes of fury, the only sound. Where was the light? Where was the grace? In the shadow of war, it's a godless place. Oh, faith shattered, torn and frayed in the blood and the mud where the innocent lay. Each shout and cry, another thread undone in the war-torn silence where faith comes
Underneath the pine and the cold gray stone, they rest in the earth, forgotten, alone. No names carved deep, no stories to tell, just whispers of battles and echoes of hell. Fields turn red where their courage bled. A rifle's crack, now silence instead. No letters home, no tearful goodbye, just nameless graves neath an unmarked sky. Unknown, their faces lost, their names overthrown. In the soil they sleep, in the dark they remain. Soldiers who died with no one to name. Dog tag, a torn uniform. The rain and the wind have weathered their form. The ground keeps their secrets, their blood-soaked pain, and the cries of their youth dissolve with the rain. Who will remember? Who will recall? The ones who were lost, the ones who gave all. A shadow of sorrow, a hymn of despair, for the nameless who rest unknown everywhere. They fought, they fell, for reasons unknown. Their faces lost, their names overthrown. In the soil they sleep, in the dark they remain. Soldiers who died with no one to name.
painted in a crimson flame. Our Father's sins, we bear the shame. Oh, wasteland stretch where green once grew, where the ghosts of dreams that never came true. Born from the ashes where the fire roared, raised in the rubble of a broken world. We carry the scars, the price they paid, a generation lost in shadows we wait. The wind howls low through the hollowed hills, carrying whispers of the cold dead still. We tread on ground where the earth won't heal. The silence screams what we all conceal. Born from the ashes where the fire roared, raised in the rubble of a broken world. We carry the scars, the price they paid, a generation lost in shadows we wait. Their war was a tempest, their anger storm. We're left to rebuild where the soul's been torn. Shout to the heavens but no one replies, just the echo of sorrow beneath the skies. The stars don't shine in a sky so black. We stumble forward, no turning back. Each step's a battle, each breath a fight. Born from the ashes, we chase the light. Through the frost of a night that won't forgive, shadows of bayonets where ghosts still live. A cry in the wind, a song carved in pain, echoes of sorrow through the cold bitter rain. Oh, a cold lullaby, it cuts through the night with sobs in the dark and no end in sight. A voice that's been broken, it still tries to sing a melody frozen on a shattered wing. The ground whispers tales of those who once stood, their names etched in silence, their stories in blood. The trees hold the weight of 1,000 lost dreams, while the river runs cold, reflecting their screams. Oh, a cold lullaby, it cuts through the night with sobs in the dark and no end in sight. A voice that's been broken, it still tries to sing a melody frozen on a shattered wing. Raise your voice to song for the fallen, a hymn for the pain. Echoes subside, the lullaby lingers, it won't be denied. For the scars that we carry, the wounds we disguise, the song of the broken never truly dies. Under the willow, where the shadows creep, lie souls in the silence, forever they sleep. Never a sunrise to light up their sky, dreams left unspoken, they didn't ask why. They were taken too soon, torn at the seam, laid in the dark before they could dream. The earth holds their story, whispered and low, where no light can reach, where no rivers flow. The barn doors still swing in the cold evening wind, echoes of laughter that never begins. Their voices are faint, like a faraway stream, stolen away before they could dream. They were taken too soon, torn at the seam, laid in the dark before they could dream. The earth holds their story, whispered and low, where no light can reach, where no rivers flow. The crows on the fence rail cry out in despair. Their wings cut the air like a silent prayer. A mother still waits by the old front door for children who will come back nevermore. The stars overhead burn bright and cold, watching the young who'll never grow old. The moon casts its gaze on the valley below, where time forgot them, where the wild flowers grow.
Blood paints the clay where the sun won't rise and the skies turn gray. A rifle still warm, but the hands are cold. Stories untold, in the dark they unfold. Ghosts in the trenches, they whisper and moan. Shadows of brothers who'll never go home. Their cries haunt the wind, their faces the ground. The silence of death, where no peace is found. The earth trembles softly, as though it still grieves for the lives it has swallowed, for the dreams it bereaves. Shells carve the night, the stars are erased, and the scent of despair is all that we taste. Ghosts in the trenches, they whisper and moan. Shadows of brothers who'll never go home. Their cries haunt the wind, their faces the ground. The silence of death, where no peace is found. The spirits rise screaming, the air thick with pain. A war fought in shadows, the scars still remain. Their voices like thunder, they echo, they fight. In the trenches of darkness, there's no end in sight. Cast a pall on this wasteland of woe. Restless souls wander, no place left to go. The ground bears their burden, the weight of their strife. Forever they're caught between death and life. Empty helmets scattered wide, shadows linger where they died. No boots marching, no flags raised high, just the silence of a ghost-filled sky. Echoes of voices lost to the breeze, stories buried beneath the trees. No one left to cry or grieve, only the wind has permission to breathe. Rusty steel and broken bones, a field of war now overgrown. The earth has swallowed every name, but the scars remain just the same. Echoes of voices lost to the breeze, stories buried beneath the trees. No one left to cry or grieve, only the wind has permission to breathe. The ground remembers every step, the blood
blood, the tears, the secrets kept. It whispers tales to the stars above of hatred's cost and a lack of love. Empty helmets, a solemn sight, witness to an endless fight. The moon casts shadows on this grave, a field of the fallen, silent and brave.
Echoes of gunfire blur my sight. Shadows creep where the silence grows. A shattered mind where the cold wind blows. I see their faces in the flickering flame. Each one a ghost whispering my name. The weight of it all is a heavy chain, dragging me back to that field of pain. Oh, the cries of the mournful guitar, they cut through the dark like a battle scar. Every note screams what I can't confess, the cost of war, a soul's distress. But it won't erase the hollow ache, the empty space. I shout to the night, but it shouts back loud, lost in the storm of a blackened cloud. They say time heals, but it only hides the broken pieces deep inside. The guitar wails what I can't explain, a heart that beats to a soldier's pain. Oh, the cries of the mournful guitar, they cut through the dark like a battle scar. Every note screams what I can't confess, the cost of war, a soul's distress.
Clock strikes 12, the town is still. A widow's sigh rolls down the hill. Her hands once warm now clasp the cold. A love gone young, her heart turned old. The porch light burns, the shadows creep. A rifle hangs where dreams used to sleep. The chair is empty, the boots are dust. She whispers prayers to steel and rust. Oh, the widow's waltz, they dance alone to a mournful tune, the past they've known. Each step a tear, each twirl a scar. Their partners lost in a distant star. The letters fade, the ink turns gray. Promises made in a yesterday. The field is quiet, the battle done, but grief grief keeps marching, one by one. Raise your voices, cry to the skies, for sons and lovers who said goodbyes. The stars bear witness, the moon it weeps for generation lost, and secrets it keeps. Oh, the widows waltz, they dance alone to a mournful tune, the past they've known. Each step a tear, each twirl a scar, their partners lost in a distant star.
The moon hangs low, a ghostly glare. Dusty boots sink in the night's despair. His hands are trembling, his breath is thin. A battle outside, but the war's within. God forgive what I can't undo. This blood-stained ground's a bitter hue. I whisper to the shadows, I shout to the air. This is my burden, my whispered prayer. The rifle's cold, its weight so real, a quiet companion to the pain I feel. He's just a shadow in my crosshairs frame, but shadows have faces and faces have names. God forgive what I can't undo. This blood-stained ground's a bitter hue. I whisper to the shadows, I shout to the air. This is my burden, my whispered prayer. The silence breaks with a deafening sound. Echoes roll through the battleground. I see his eyes as he falls to the floor, but his face will haunt me forevermore. The stars above, they mark my pain. Their light untouched by the blood-red stain. I close my eyes, but I still see the man I was, the man I can't be. Under the moon a soldier rides, his trembling hand by lantern light. Ink on paper, soul laid bare, but the wind took it, no one's there. A mother waits by the porch each day, praying for words from far away, but silence heavens fell, her hope grew thin. A war stole more than her next of kin. Letters lost in the shadows of war, never delivered, hearts left sore. Words of love buried in the sand, reaching for home with a broken hand. In the trenches with dirt-streaked face, he dreamed of her in a warm embrace. Tell her I love her, his heart would cry, but those words stayed where soldiers die. The battlefield holds secrets untold, of paper dreams and hearts grown cold. Voices silence, their echoes fade in the dark of night where debts are paid. Shout to the heavens, why were they lost? These lives and letters, what was the cost? The ink has dried, but the pain still bleeds. A war of silence, no one heeds. The fields are quiet, no cries in the air, just smoke and shadows of ghostly despair. The earth is pale in crimson and gray. The sun hides its face, won't light up the day. Boots lie empty, their owners laid still. Dreams of the living turn cold on the hill. The wind whispers secrets it dare not repeat. A battlefield story carved deep in defeat. The smoke never clears, it clings to the ground. A shroud for the fallen, no solace is found. Their voices are gone, but their silence will stay. The echoes of war won't just fade away. I walk through the ashes, the stench and the grind. Each step feels heavy, weighed down by the time. My throat burns with sorrow, my eyes sting with loss. This land's been baptized in blood and its cause. I shout to the heavens, but they don't reply. The stars turn their backs to the tears in my eye. This ground knows the truth that no one will tell. It's a place where the living meet pieces of hell. The smoke never clears, it clings to the ground. A shroud for the fallen, no solace is found. Their voices are gone, but their silence
steps on broken ground, a crimson trail where dreams are drowned. Echoes of war in the silent night, the past clings tight like a ghost in flight. Soldiers' footprints soaked in blood, through the rain, the tears, the flood. Every step tells a story untold of a heart once warm, now turned cold. Shattered walls and skies of gray, where sunlight fears to find its way. In the shadows and names carved deep for the ones we lost, the ones we keep. Soldiers' footprints soaked in blood, through the rain, the tears, the flood. Every step tells a story untold of a heart once warm, now turned cold. Screams still linger in the wind, the weight of sins, the battle's pen. Each heartbeat fights to break the chain, but the echoes call me back again. Fields of fire, rivers of pain, the scars of war still leave their stain. And though I walk, I can't escape this endless march, this bitter fate.